Okay, are we ready to go? You let me know when we're live. I don't know what to do with the mic. Oh, it's on here? Good morning, Basenji Facebook world. We are starting our judging again this morning with Mr. Michael Canalizo. This is your announcer, Katie Campbell. And we have entry number 110, Grand Champion Gold, Champion Aquaba and El Dorado, Betcha by Golly Wow, bred by Sheila Lund, Susan Coe, Pam Joffrey, by Calahano's El Dorados, This Is It, by Champion El Dorado and Aquaba Unchained Melody. Actually, I should probably go into the details in a bit. Sorry while I warm up here. And we have Champion Illusions Aeropostal CD. Okay, here we go. I'll give you the more details as we go through. This again is the Veteran Bitches, 7 to 10 years. On the table now is Andrew Soller handling Grand Champion Gold, Champion Aquaba and El Dorado, Betcha by Golly Wow. Bred by Sheila Lund, Susan Coe and Pam Joffrey. By Champion Calahano's El Dorado, This Is It. Out of Champion El Dorado and Aquaba Unchained Melody, owned by Pam Joffrey, Sheila Lund and Susan Coe. Handled by Andrew Soller. Apparently Andrew's getting the new directions here, starting a new day. A little bit different here. Here we go with Andrew. Okay, next on the table is number 112, Champion Illusions Aeropostal CD RAE CGC, bred by Bob and Terry Reed, sired by dual champion Zindika Sengali Determinator SC out of Champion Illusions Mulima Amina, owned by Nancy Grant in Rootstown, Ohio. Oh, maybe I'll give you the ages of these two. The first exhibit that Andrew had, the birth date was December 31st of 2011. And this exhibit was born December 27th, 2011. So nearly 10 years old here. Isn't it great that our breed stays looking so good for so long? It's just awesome. Okay, now on the table is number 114, Grand Champion Tissa Signet Kiss Me Once, JCCA BCAT. Birth date December 2nd, 2011. Bred by Joyce and Fred Hughes and Brenda and Sierra Castle. Sired by Grand Champion Bronze, Champion Tissa Rubik Circle of Life, out of Grand Champion Signets Tissa Wild Honeysuckle, owned by Julia Albert and handled today by Julia Albert of Pocatello, Idaho. Okay, our next exhibit is number 116, Lothlorian's Cabo Wabo JCCA. Birth date May 5th, 2012. Bred by Donna Slavin and Chris Abbott. Sired by Grand Champion Bronze Jacuba Sequest first round knockout out of Lothlorien's Banana Foster, owned by Donna Slavin and Christine Abbott of Snellville, Georgia. Next on the table is exhibit number 118, Champion Birch's Circle Game at Meow, bred by Larry and Eva Birch, sired by Champion Jezetta's I Was the One, JC, out of Champion Signet Dangerous Liaison, owned by Debbie and Dave Thompson of Odessa, Texas, shown today by Sierra Castle, and the birth date of this exhibit is April 19th, 2013. Remember? Yeah. Okay, the next exhibit coming on the table, number 120, is Grand Champion Joaquina Kybora, bred on Christmas Day 2011, bred by Guido Peters and Eric Renders, by Abotaires Kobla out of Bagna Final Eclipse, owned by Ann Sobel and Michael Work, living in Westchester, Ohio, handled today by Barbara Reisinger. And I do believe that this is Butter, who he imported a few years ago. Well, I guess more than a few years ago. It was 2011, and now it's 2021. My goodness, how the time flies. Okay, judge is asking them to go to the opposite corner. Okay. And now in his procedure from yesterday, he's having them go one leg of the ring to the other side and stand free on their own. And next, that was Aquaba and Eldorado Betcha by Golly Wow. And now here coming is Champion Illusions Aeropostal CD, RAE CGC. Next up is number 114, Grand Champion Tissa Signet Kiss Me Once, JC CA BCAT. And we got a little sing-song in the background. Hope you can hear that. We all know that lovely sound, don't we, this time of year? Up next is number 116, Lothlorien's Cabo Wabo JCCA. Coming into position now is number 118, Champion Birch's Circle Game at Meow. And finally, number 120, Grand Champion Wanyika Kybora. He's pulling out number 110, Grand Champion Gold Champion Aquaban El Dorado Betcha by Golly Wow. He's pulling out number 114, Grand Champion Tissa Signet Kiss Me Once JCCA BCAT. He's pulled out number 118, Champion Birch's Circle Game at Meowl, number 118. And number 116, Lothlorian's Cabo Wabo JCCA, number 116. And that is the order. First place, number 110, Grand Champion Gold Champion Aquaban El Dorado Betcha by Golly Wow. Second place goes to number 114, Grand Champion Tissa Signet Kiss Me Once JCCA BCAT. Third place goes to Champion Birch's Circle Game at Meowl, number 118. And fourth place goes to number 116, Lothlorian's Cabo Wabo JCCA. Next up is our senior veteran bitches. Pretty exciting here looking at the catalog. There are 8 in the class. Let's see how many come today. Okay. My goodness, they're all here today. Isn't that great? Cool. Okay, so we've got 8 senior girls here today. Getting them all shuffled into the ring here for our veteran 10 plus years bitches class. Senior veteran bitches. Judge Canalizo is coming down the line looking at expression. Okay, on the table first here we have number 122, Grand Champion Silver, Champion Laurel, Simply Shocking Sabrina. Birth date December 27th, 2010. Breeder owner handled by Laura Mae Hesse. Sired by Champion Sonbar, 7th son of Jacamba, out of Champion Laurel, Bukai, Savvy Savannah, JC. Now, if memory serves me correctly, this Sabrina was winner's bitch at the National that we had many years ago in Wisconsin. She and her brother, I believe, were winner's dog and winner's bitch that year. Okay, next on the table is number 124, Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Taji's Bond Me on the Runway to Blue Note, MCLCX. Birth date June 22nd, 2008. She is the eldest exhibit in the show at 13 years old. Bred by Jung Kim, Mark Farnsworth, and Katie Campbell. Bred by Champion Taji's Melbourne in the USA JC. Out of Dual Champion Taji's T for 2 SC. Owned by Holly Hamilton in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, our next exhibit on the table is number 126, Grand Champion Silver, Dual Champion, Undercover Meisterhaus, Hi-Ho Kiana by Signet SC. Date of birth, November 16th, 2009. Bred by Tad Brooks and Brenda Castle. Sired by Champion Signet Hillbilly Rockstar out of Champion Meisterhaus, Tears and Tantrums. Owned by Janice Harrison, Gail Whitehurst, Tad Brooks, and Wanda Pooley. This is a very prolific, very successful pairing between Champion Signet Hillbilly Rockstar and Meisterhaus Tears and Tantrums. If memory serves me correctly, that breeding had been repeated due to its great success, and those dogs went all over the world. All right, let's see her go. Okay, next on the table here is exhibit number 128. The Black Bitch, Grand Champion Pandora's Little Grand Champion Pandora's Little Pirate Queen of Leafai. Birth date is November 27th, 2010. Bred by Michelle Hogan, Melissa Skillman, Latasha Skillman. Sired by Champion Rosewood's Puttin' on the Ritz out of Eretz Profile This. Owned by Leanna Frazier, Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, and Katrina Smith. Handled today by Leanna Frazier. Okay, our next exhibit on the table here is Grand Champion Bronze, Dual Champion in Focus Santa Baby, MC, LCX, CAA, TKN. Birth date is Christmas Day, 2008. Bred by Catherine Britton Sanchez and the late Ellen Bramble. Sired by Champion Jasiri Sukari HR Puppin Stuff. Out of Champion Connie's DP Poetry in Motion SC, owned by Kathy Sanders in Linden, New Jersey. This bitch had an absolutely fantastic lure coursing career and really had Kathy bloom as a newbie to the sport when she acquired this. We're so happy to have her in our community. Here we go with Santa Baby. Okay, next here now is another black and white bitch, Grand Champion Pandora and Deja Midnight Moon Sonata SCA. Birth date is November 27th, 2010. Bred by Michelle Hogan, Melissa Skillman, Latasha Skillman, sired by Champion Rosewoods, putting on the Ritz, out of Ariet's Profile This. Owned by Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, Jane A. Tilton, and Leanna Frazier. Clearly this one is a littermate to number 128 that we saw a little earlier. And there she goes. Okay, next on the table here is number 134, Grand Champion Dual Champion, Songwee's Rockstar Legend, MC, LCX2, BCAT. Birth date is New Year's Eve 2010, bred by Renee Wise, sired by Grand Champion Calypso's in Cruise Night Out JC out of Mebray's Songwee Betty Boo, owned by Susan Schroeder. And our final exhibit in this class is number 136, Grand Champion Pandora's Pretty Little Liar at Deja. Birth date November 27th, 2010. Bred by Michelle Hogan, Melissa Skillman, Latasha Skillman. Sired by Champion Rosewoods, putting on the Ritz out of Ariet's Profile This. Owned by Leanna Frazier, Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, Alexis Tilton, and Chris Hogan of Clinton Township, Michigan. And this is a third from that litter that we saw with also number 132 and 128, who are the two black exhibits. So this is, however, a tricolor, obviously. So here we go. Okay, so that's the class. And Mr. Canalizo is taking another look. And following his pattern, taking them a little more than halfway around the ring. Here they go. And again, one at a time, he's taking them to the other side of the ring and asking them to stand free on their own. This is number 122, Grand Champion Silver Laurel, Simply Shocking Sabrina. Next up is Grand Champion Dual Champion Taji's Bond Me on the Runway to Blue Note, MC LCX. Next up is number 126, Grand Champion Silver, Dual Champion, Undercover Meisterhouse, Hi-Ho Kiana by Sunset, SC. Next up is Grand Champion Pandora's Little Pirate Queen of Leah Fay. This is Grand Champion Bronze, Dual Champion in Focus, Santa Baby, MC, LCX, CA, ATKN. And now coming is number 132, Grand Champion Pandora and Deja, Midnight Moon Sonata, CA. And now we have coming on Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Songwe's Rockstar Legend, MC, LCX2, BCAT. With Susan Schroeder. And now our final exhibit, Grand Champion Pandora's Pretty Little Liar at Deja, number 136. Mr. Canalizo's taking a good look. He's taking out number 124, Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Bon Me's on the runway to Blue Note. Number 132, Grand Champion Pandora and Deja's Midnight Moon Sonata. And Grand Champion Pandora's Pretty Little Liar at Deja. And I believe his 4 remaining are his keepers. He's asking to see number 130, Grand Champion Bronze, DC in Focus, Santa Baby, MCLCX, CATKN, and Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Songwe's Rockstar Legend, MCLCX2, BCAT. And he's taking number 134. And now he's asking to see the first 3 go around together, which is 122, Grand Champion Silver, Laurel Simply Shocking Sabrina, and number 126, Grand Champion Silver, Undercover Meisterhouse, Hi-Ho Kiana by Sunset, SC, and 128, Grand Champion Pandora's Little Pirate Queen of Leah Fay. He's taking another look at 134, Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Songwe Rockstar Legend, MC LCX2 BCAT, and number 132, Grand Champion Pandora and Deja Midnight Moon Sonata, CA. And that's the way it is. First place is number 122, Grand Champion Silver, Grand Champion Silver, Laurel Simply Shocking Sabrina. Breeder owner handled by Laura Hesse. Second place is going to I believe 126. Yes, 126. Grand Champion Silver, Dual Champion Undercover Meisterhouse, Hi-Ho Kiana by Signet JC. Third place goes to Grand Champion Silver, Pandora's Little Pirate Queen of Leafale. And fourth place goes to 134, Grand Champion Dual Champion Songwe's Rockstar Legend MC LCX2 BCAT. Okay, now we're going right into lure coursing class dogs. And we have the full class here today. With 5 and 4. Ooh, wait a sec. Yeah, nope.
Oh, wait.
There's 4 in the class. Oh, there's a ribbon for everybody. Okay. Have a nice class of 4 here. All of these dogs here are dual champions, and I tell you the truth, I'd have to look up on my premium list to see what the requirements were to enter the lure coursing class. It changes the non-regular class, so the club can change at any given year what the requirements for the class are. Sometimes it's just any lure coursing title and can go up to being, you know, a field champion with either ASFA or AKC. But looking at the catalog, they are all AKC champions and all AKC dual champions. Actually, that's pretty special. Love to have our well-rounded dogs who can perform both in the ring and on the field. It's nice to applaud that work. So here we have exhibit number 103, Grand Champion Dual Champion, Barassus Hot Cool Yours, MC LCX CAA. Breeder owner handled by Kathy Sanders. Sired by Grand Champion Gold Dual Champion Jasiri Sukari Win Tintin SC. Out of Grand Champion Bronze Dual Champion In Focus Santa Baby, MC LCX CAA TKN, who we just saw in the last class. Can we move this up so I don't have to hover over the top? I'm hunched over. Can we, so I can sit up straighter? Thank you, Tony. Yeah, if I could just sit, yeah, that's way better for me. Yeah, now I can sit up straight. Thank you.
I can loosen this, but all I had to do was just really kind of wrench it up there.
Excellent, thank you. Again, this is Grand Champion Dual Champion Barassus Hot Cool Yours, MC LCX CAA. Breeder owner handled by Kathy Sanders. Next on the table is exhibit number 105, Dual Champion Leah Fails Take It to the Limit, SC CAA SCN. Bred by Leanna Frazier, Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, Alexis Tilton. Sired by Grand Champion Silver, Classics Slam Dunk. Out of Grand Champion Pandora's Little Pirate Queen of Leafale. Owned by Leanna Frazier, Michelle Hogan, Jessica Eason, A. Tilton, E. Kidd, and K. Smith in Clinton Township, Michigan. Handled by Leanna Frazier. Setting up on the table now is number 107, Grand Champion Dual Champion Joyous Hung the Moon, MC, LCX, CGC, TKN. Bred by Sue Joyner, sired by Grand Champion Dual Champion Jerlins Arzuri Puppin, MC, LCX, CA, CGC, TKN, out of Champion Joyous Lady of the Night, JC. Owned by Terry Colbert in Alton, Illinois, and handled today by Bob Gooderl. Hello, this is Katie. Yes, thank you. Yeah, this happened last time I bred her too, and her mother did the same thing. I know you don't care about that, but it doesn't surprise me. I'm not shocked or worried. Right. Right. Okay, great. And did I understand correctly you're out of town until Thursday? Oh. Okay, well maybe something will happen. That's great. Okay, I shall. Thank you. Bye. Sorry for the delay there. This is Dual Champion Epic Selects Moors to Right Flyer, SCF Fast Cat 5. Breeder owner handled here today by Becky Blansett. Co-bred with Shane Moore and Tracy Leonard DVM. Sired by Grand Champion Bronze, Dual Champion Epic Select Try on to Fly at Tom Joe, SCF Cat 3, out of Epic Moors Tricks Than Treats. Owned by Tracy Leonard and Becky Blansett in Beaver Creek, Ohio. Okay, coming on for the free stack section of the judging, again is number 103, Grand Champion Dual Champion Borassus Hot Cool Yours, MC, LCX, CAA. And now number 105, Dual Champion Leah Fails Take It to the Limit, SC, CAA, SCN. And our next lower coursing dog is Dual Champion, and our next dog is number 107, Grand Champion, Dual Champions, Joyous Hung the Moon, MCLCX, CGC, TKN with Bob Gooderall. I'm sure fun for him to judge or handle in the lure coursing dog class as a lure coursing judge. Yes, and here is Becky Blansett with number 109, Dual Champion Epic Selects More DeWright Flyer SC FCAT 5. Okay, so let's see how Mr. Canalizo is going to work this class. And he's taking number 103 back on the table. In very good form. If a judge wants to take another look at Basenji up close, should always ask to see them on the table and not reach down and go over them on the ground. So and he's asking the same of number 105. Dual Champion Leah Fails, Take It to the Limit, SC, CAA, CSCN. And it appears he's asking these two to move together. Oh, no, one at a time for another down and back. This is 103. Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Barassus, Hot Cool Yours, MC, LCX, CAA. And now number 105. Dual Champion, Leah Fails, Take It to the Limit, SC, CAA, SCN. And he's asking to take these two around together. Okay, and first place goes to number 107, Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Joyous Hung the Moon, MC, LCX, CGC, TKN, owned by Terry Colbert and handled by Bob Gooderall. Second place goes to number 109, Dual Champion, Epic Select Moore's DeWright Flyer SC FCAT 5 with Becky Blansett. Third place goes to Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Barassus, Hot Cool Yours, MC, LCX, CAA. And fourth place goes to number 105, Dual Champion, Leah Fails, Take It to the Limit, SC, CAA, SCN. So the winner of that class will be moving forward into the Best of Breed class. Okay. Next up is the lure coursing class bitches. And we have 5 entered. Let's see how many come in. Okay, looks like they're all here too. There are 5 in the class. Everybody's getting all set up. Does this get recorded that people in future years may hear it, or is it only live? No, it's recorded. It's recorded. Okay. And where would somebody find it on YouTube? Can you get that for me sometime soon so I can repeat that a few times? So here we have the lure coursing class bitches taking their warm-up loop around the ring. And he's taking 2 for another loop around here. Okay, he's telling everybody to relax. And here on the table is number 138, dual champion Dakota's Social Butterfly, FDC, MC, LCX3, CA, BCAT, CJC, TKN. Bred by Terry Lemberger and Lisa Lemberger, sired by Grand Champion, Dual Champion, Jakarta's Independent Spirit, SC, CGC, out of Dakota's Chantel Lace, JC, owned by Terry Colbert and handled today by Bob Gooderall. Okay, now being examined is number 140, Joyous Otteray Tiger Lily SC DCAT, bred by Susan Joyner, sired by Champion Kinchas the Striped Fighter, out of Grand Champion Dual Champion Joyous Oh Happy Daisy SC, owned by Terry and Ruby Fiedler in Fairdale, Kentucky. Now being examined is number 142, Dual Champion Bisa's Bold Spirit SC, bred by Terry Colbert, sired by Grand Champion Dual Champion Joyous Hung the Moon, MC, LCX, CGC, TKN, out of Dual Champion Dakota's Social Butterfly, FDC, MC, LCX3, CA, BCAT, CGC, TKN. Woo! That's a wonderful mouthful. Owned by Terry Colbert. Okay, next up on the table here we have Grand Champion Dual Champion Barassus, Who's Your Hotshot, MCCAA. Breeder owner handled by Kathy Sanders. Sired by Grand Champion Gold, Dual Champion Jasiri Sukari Wintin Tin SC, out of Grand Champion Bronze, Dual Champion Focus Santa Baby, MC, LCX, CAA, TKN.
Can't wait till my dog's old enough to behave so nicely. Well, he'll be. He's standing there real quick. He's only 8 months old, but and almost 80 pounds at the moment. But he's got a lot of puppies.
And our final exhibit in this class is number 146, Grand Champion Dual Champion Taji's Asian Flower Plower Blue Note SC. Bred by Holly Hamilton, Katie Campbell, Mark Farnsworth, and J.G. Kim. Sired by National Field Champion Dual Champion Taji's African Chief, RN, SC, OA, OAJ, NF, CA, ACT1, TKN. Out of Grand Champion Dual Champion Taji's Bond Me on the Runway to Blue Note, MC, LCX, owned by Holly Hamilton and Katie Campbell.
And they're so connected. That's more like what I would get. A little jumping and playing. Yeah. They're doing that just to make me feel better. My dog gets to win because he has new competition.
Okay, so now we have our free stack segment. Bob Gooderl moving number 138, Dual Champion Dakota Social Butterfly, FDC, MC, LCX3, CA, BCAT, CJC, TKN. Next up is number 140, Joyous Otteray Tiger Lily, SC, DCAT. Folks, I'm on a microphone here. Could I ask you to back up a little bit? Thank you so much. Next up here is number 142, Dual Champion Bisa's Bold Spirit, SC. And coming now is number 144, Grand Champion Dual Champion Barassus Who's Your Hotshot, MCCAA. And finally, Grand Champion Dual Champion Taji's Asian Flower Power at Blue Note SC. Sometimes Mr. Canalizo's asked people to show both sides of the exhibit just to make sure that markings or anything else isn't doing anything wonky visually. He's been wonderfully thorough and very sensitive to the needs of our wonderful primitive breed. He's done a great job. Okay, now he is asking for number 138, Dual Champion Dakota Social Butterfly, FDC, MC, LCX3, CA, BCAT, CGC, TKN, and Joyous Otteray Tiger Lily, SC, DCAT to go around. And he's asking for these two in the center. And another quick down and back. Okay, so here he has the class. First place going to number 142, Dual Champion Beast's Bold Spirit, SC. Second place going to number 140, Joyous Otteray Tiger Lily, SC, DCAT. Third place to number 138, Dual Champion Dakota Social Butterfly, FDC, MC, LCX3, CA, BCAT, CJC, TKN. And fourth place to number 144, Grand Champion Dual Champion Barassus, Who's Your Hotshot, MCCAA. And I believe that concludes our non-regular classes that will happen before Best of Breed. Checking our schedule here today. Yes, so we're moving right into that class as the Stud Dogs, Brood Bitches, and Braces will happen after Best of Breed. There are 66 entered in the Best of Breed class, 39 dogs and 27 bitches. And they've been divided into, I believe, groups of 10, I was told. And they'll be approximately in catalog order, but dividing dogs and bitches, and also the exhibitors were given the opportunity to shift their exhibits in from one class to another class, one section to another section, so that specific handlers could show multiple dogs. So I'll do the best I can to follow along with the catalog and keep all that up to date. Okay. Okay, so this is, I'm told I'm hearing this too. This is a roll call, calling them in. First one is number 111, Champion Sundiata's Tease Asmari, TKN. 113, Grand Champion Gold, Champion Dark Moon's Black Tri-Affair. Number 115, Grand Champion Pandora's High Voltage at Deja, SC, CA, BCAT. 117 will be absent. I'll report that in a bit. Number 119 is Grand Champion Gold, Champion Matahari's Virtuoso in the Jungle. Number 121, Grand Champion Aquaba and Eldorado's Romantic Journey to Sky High. Grand Champion Veramonte's True Grit, TKN. And now Grand Champion Bronze Jasiri Sukari, Captain Obvious. Number 127, Champion Aquapa and Eldorado Magical Mystery Tour. Champion 129, Champion Dagapa's Unstoppable Momentum. Number 131, Champion Classics and Dasara Dress for Success. Number 133, Grand Champion Bronze, Dual Champion Barassus 51's Comeback Kid SCCAA BCAT. Number 135, Grand Champion Pandora's Take It Easy at Deja JCCAA SCN. 137, oh my goodness, this is getting away from me. Grand Champion Bronze, Jamarai's Doc Holiday SC DCAT RATO. 139, Wambuti's Deo. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have not seen this dog yet. I just saw Grand Champion Bronze, Champion Relic, and Kalahani's Purple Haze go by. And Grand Champion Marjani in Classic Style. I believe I've missed number 140. Oh, they're going by really fast, you guys. I'm so sorry. And 148 is Nirvana Itapuka. Now Champion Bushwhacker Fortune Teller. Champion Turi sending serious signals. Grand Champion Meisterhouse Signet Fox and Socks. $150 153, Grand Champion Dark Moon's God of Thunder. Number 154, Grand Champion Bronze, Champion Josefina Itapuca. 155, Grand Champion Spring Willows Waiting for Superman. 156, Grand Champion Bronze, Spring Willows Don't Take Less Than 100. I didn't see a number on that one, did you? No, he doesn't have a number on.
It's off.
Oh, he took the number off. That doesn't help, does it, gang? There's a lot of dog switching going on here. Because I think... Oh, armband, please. 159, Champion El Dorado and Aquaba Solar Power. 160, Champion Zindika's Memory Chaser. 161, Champion Croja Breakaway Deke B-Cat. Champion Hiroja Hat Trick. Who was that? Grand Champion Silver Malabo Itapuca. Champion Epic Select Moors Karma K Changing the World. Champion El Dorado and Aquaba Outlaw Legend at Relic. Champion Crota Puck Bunny. Champion Astartes Dynamo in Motion. 168, Champion Rubik's Uptown Girl. $170, Champion Grand Champion Classics Who's Zoom and Who. Number 172, Champion Undercover USS American Legend. Oh, here we go with number 169, Grand Champion Bronze, Champion Sundiata Tezeda's Tej B-Cat. 173, Grand Champion Bronze, Champion Kazor's Prince Kalen. Number 174, Grand Champion Champion Zamarati's Bombette. 175, Champion Eldorado and Aquaba Lucky Charmer. 176, Grand Champion Bronze, Signet Amelia Bedelia. Number 177, Champion Classics Captain Kirk, CAA. Who is this one? Oh, this is what gets me behind. 180, Champion Uncovered, Nothing But a Bit of Jokuba, and there was Grand Champion Congaro's No Place Like Home, and then we had Grand Champion Undercover Nothing But Anastasia, and now I think this is Grand Champion Aqua and Eldorado's As You Like It with Sky High, followed by Zamarati and Deluxe Fame and Fortune, and Grand Champion Undercover Amara Abby Scudo B-Cat, and I think that was Grand Champion Nicolo Itapuca. Number 190 Champion Sundiatas Tezedas Extica, and 192 Grand Champion Kisa Moringa Floating on Air, and Grand Champion Kisa Moringa Electric Love, Grand Champion Lightspeed's Guardians of the Galaxy, Grand Champion Anku Paving My Own Way, and Champion Deluxe Alternate Endings. Phew. Okay, we'll get those better lined up, I promise, when we do the individual ones.
Better for me on Tuesday.
And so here we go now. We're getting out of what was to be catalog order. And folks, there was a lot that appeared to be absent, and I think it was confusion with not knowing exactly where they were supposed to be at a particular time, or not having enough help to get them out of the crates and at ringside. So bear with us here to see before, because I don't think we may not be done here. Okay, no. First group of dogs here. Okay. First group is number 113, 115, 117, 119, 121, 123, 125, 127, and 159. 57. Yeah, 157 is also in that group. That's the last one with Ron Bigford. Okay. All righty. All righty, Basenji fans, let's rock and roll. Let's do this group. Here we go. Okay, so here we go.
I can get it. I have somebody watching me. Are you sure?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3. Karen, are you picking up the live feed? Are you hosting? Okay. Everything coming? Can you hear it?
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. Okay. All right. I gotta get that. I have to tell the people because they'll want to write it down and they'll hear it and they'll want to know. Okay, but you will get it for me, right? Okay. Okay, so I have found out some really exciting news that our group that is doing the live feed for us is actually recording this, and it's going to go to YouTube. So I've asked them to get the address so that you all can find it on YouTube. So get a piece of paper, write it down, make a note here on the side so that you can be ready for that, because we'll all want to be able to see this on YouTube. Awesome. Okay, so we're having the first go round in this set of what I believe is 9 dogs. And we've got the first dog on the table, which is number 111, Champion Sundiata's Tazetta's Asmari TKN. Bred by Heather Cruziate and Chris Maxka. By Grand Champion Silver Sky High Budget for Fashion. Out of Grand Champion Sundiata's Tazetta CA BCAT TKA. Owned by Joan and Daryl Duska of Bruce Township, Michigan.
It sounds great.
Does it? Good.
There's a little bit of a delay, so I just caught you announcing them coming in.
Okay, great. All right. Again, here this is Champion Sundiata Tazetta's Asmari TKN. Okay, now on the table is number 113, Grand Champion Gold, Champion Dark Moon's Black Tribe Affair. Bred by Veronica Predale and John Predale and Michael Work. Sired by Grand Champion Signet Southern Comfort. Out of Grand Champion Silver Dark Moon's Barking Bad JC. Owned by Veronica and John Predale in Bangor, PA. All right. So here, Veronica is taking Zorro for the down and back. He was a big winner at our last national specialty that we were able to host in Arizona. Okay, and next on the table is number 115, Grand Champion Pandora's High Voltage at Deja, JC, CA, BCAT. Bred by Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, Alexis Tilton, Chris Hogan, and Leanna Frazier. Sired by Champion Classic Jean-Louis. Out of Grand Champion Pandora's Pretty Little Liar at Deja. Owned by Leanna Frazier, Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, and Alexis Tilton, and Chris Hogan in Clinton Township, Michigan. And I'd like to note here that number 117, Champion Dark Moon's Bada Bing, number 117 is absent. Number 119 is now on the table. This is Grand Champion Gold, Matahari Virtuoso in the Jungle. Bred by Debbie Hari. Sired by Grand Champion Gold, Champion Aquaba and Eldorado Bungle in the Jungle. Out of Champion Matahari Quickstep. Owned by Debbie Hari in Enfield, New Hampshire, and expertly handled by our own Kim Bird. And this is Grand Champion Gold, Matahari Virtuoso in the Jungle. Oso was the People's Choice winner for the top 20 the other night, and I believe his call name is Oso. Kim, this was the top 20 winner.
No,
People's
ma'am.
Choice.
People's Choice.
People's Choice, right, okay. Okay, number
May I have your
121.
attention,
Oh,
please? For those of you with RVs and need a hunting wagon to stop by, we do have one coming within the hour. And if you need a phone number, I have this at the club table. Thank you.
okay, this was number 121. Got interrupted by a loudspeaker in the building here. This is Grand Champion Aquaba and Eldorado Romantic Journey to Sky High. Bred by Pam Joffrey, Sheila Lund, and Susan Coe. Sired by Grand Champion Silver Sky High Budget for Fashion. Out of Grand Champion Gold, Aquaba and Eldorado Betchu by Golly Wow. Owned by Lori Stargell, Pam Joffrey, and Sheila Lund, and Susan Coe. Residing with Lori Stargell in Windsor, Colorado. Now on the table is number 123, Grand Champion Veramonte's True Grit TKN, bred by Cynthia Shattuck, Ray J. Cooper, and Callie Shattuck. Sired by Grand Champion Eldorado and Aquaba Night and Day, out of Grand Champion Veramonte's Mississippi Hippie. Owned by Cooper James Ray and Renee Holmes, Cynthia Shattuck, and Callie Shattuck, residing with Ray in Tampa, Florida. Ray is a newcomer to the breed. He just told me ringside the other day that he's just had his first year anniversary with showing dogs, so that's pretty fun. Always love to have new people in our breed.
The weight's going to be posted to be 30 minutes after breeding from the hound. So 30 minutes after the hound show when breed is done. We'll start it up 30 minutes, and that's the way he's going to put it on the signs.
One of the greatest things about our sport is we have pros and owner handlers and breeder owner handlers of all different skills, shoulder to shoulder. So here Ray's a newcomer, and here is one of our most accomplished breeder owner handlers, Julie Jones, with her exhibit number 125, Grand Champion Bronze, Jasiri Sukari, Captain Obvious. Bred by Julie and Kathy Jones. Sired by Grand Champion Gold, Dual Champion Jasiri Sukari, Win Tintin SC. Out of Grand Champion Silver, Dual Champion Jasiri Sukari, High Wind Warning SC. Owned by Julie and Kathy Jones and Ming Chua. Residing with Julie and Kathy in Reseda, California.
Weeks after we do the breed for the hound specialty, 30 minutes after that, we will start our sweets here in Reseda. So it's not an exact time, but I know you're going to be here, so I will let you know tomorrow what time we'll end and approximately what time we'll start here, so you can have your warmed up and everything. Yeah, it will be in this ring. Yeah, so you don't have to move anything, no extra equipment, and
Right, I'm there. Yeah.
and
So
this,
I
we
know
can
you
just
like.
and the sweet shirtle whip, we done. Yeah. We done business.
Next on the table is number 127, Grand Champion Aquaba and Eldorado Magical Mystery Tour, bred by Pam Joffrey, Sheila Lund, and Susan Coe, sired by Grand Champion Gold, Aquaba and Eldorado Bungle in the Jungle, out of Champion Aquab and Eldorado Time After Time, owned by Kim Brown, Pam Joffrey, and Susan Coe. Owner handled by Kim Brown. And the last dog in this group is number 157, Champion Classics Fate of the Gods at Highguard, bred by Sue Kite and Jeff Gillespie, sired by Champion Classics and Desaras Dressed for Success, and out of Grand Champion Marjani Wits End Mark of Carbon, owned by Heather and Joel Galford, and shown today by Ron Bigford. Okay, and now we've got the class going around, or it's not a class, it's the section, right? Okay. Moving now is Champion Sundiatas, Tazetas, Asmari, TKN 111. Number 113, Grand Champion Gold, Champion Dark Moon's Black Tri Affair. And he seems to be making his cut. Number 113 is making the cut. Number 115, Grand Champion Pandora's High Voltage at Deja. JC, CA, BCAT. Now number 119, Grand Champion Gold, Matahari Virtuoso in the Jungle, who has also made the cut. Next up is number 121, Grand Champion Aquab and Eldorado Romantic Journey to Sky High, who has made the cut. Next is Grand Champion Veramonte's True Grit, TKN. Number 125, Grand Champion Bronze, Jasiri Sukari, Captain Obvious, who has made the cut. Number 127, Grand Champion Aquab and Eldorado, Magical Mystery Tour. And finally, number 157, Champion Classics Fate of the Gods at Highguard. So it looks like he's definitely made one cut of 4. He's taking a look at the other 5. One more time around. And he said thank you and excused those other 5. And he's keeping the 4 in the middle. Again, so in this cut, moving forward will be number 113, Grand Champion Gold, Dark Moon's Black Tri-Affair. Number 119, Grand Champion Gold, Matahari Virtuoso in the Jungle. Number 121, Champion Aquaban El Dorado Romantic Sky Journey to Sky High. And number 125, Grand Champion Bronze, Jasiri Sukari Captain Obvious. Okay, next group here. Kid. Doc Holiday. 39. Project Mayhem. 143. 145. 147. 149. And one. What does Kim have? Last one? What's that armband number? Is that 129? Okay, so why isn't she going at the front of the line? Oh, she might be holding. Yeah, I know, but she should at least go in catalog order. She would make sense in the front of this group. Okay. So we have 10 in this group. And Judge Canalizo is going and taking a first look down the line. And taking them around the ring. Taking them around in a little bit smaller group. We've got a full group of 10 here. So first on the table is number 131, Champion Classics and Desaras, Dressed for Success, bred by Sue Kite and Jeff Gillespie, sired by Champion Kazor's Natural Classic out of Classics All About Me, owned by Sue Kite, breeder owner handled by Sue Kite, who resides in Marion, Ohio. Spell, please. B. Let's start search for what?
Sherry, S-H-E-R-R-Y. B-U-C-H-L-A.
Okay.
So they search for Sherry Bushwhacker.
Uh-huh.
It's going to take them to her YouTube.
Okay.
All the videos will be there for the boxes, the centuries, and everything.
Okay.
Just pick out the one they want and play.
Okay. Perfect. I'll tell everybody. Thank you so much. Okay, so now on the table we have number 133, Grand Champion Bronze Dual Champion Barassus 51's Comeback Kid, SC CAA BCAT. Breeder owner handled by Kathy Sanders. Sired by Grand Champion Bronze Jasiri Sukari Tin Man out of Grand Champion Bronze Dual Champion in Focus Santa Baby, MC LCX CAA TKN. Again, this is Grand Champion Bronze Dual Champion Barassus 51's Comeback Kid, SC CAA BCAT. Next on the table we have number 137, Grand Champion Bronze Jamarati's Doc Holiday, SC DCAT RATO, bred by Sarah Smith Faulkner and Jeff Faulkner, sired by Grand Champion Bronze Arupmix Thriller, out of Champion Zamarati's I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, RNSC, owned by Sarah Smith Faulkner and her husband Jeff, who live in Spanaway, Washington, outside of Seattle, handled by Sarah Smith Faulkner. And while she takes this dog off the table, I think we had an absentee with number 135, Grand Champion Pandora's Take It Easy at Deja, SCCAA SCN. And again here, this is number 137, Grand Champion Bronze, Zamarati Doc Holiday, SC, DCAT, RATO. Okay, next up is number 139, Champion Wambuti's Deo, SC, CAA, DCAT. Bred by Carmen Zeimer, sired by Sequest Jokuba Dandy Shandy, and out of Kabushi Heart and Soul, owned by Felice Lang in Stamford, Connecticut. I think Dandy Shandy is now, the sire of this dog is residing in Germany with Noel Basser. And Kabushi Heart and Soul would have been John Kirby's breeding. This again is Champion Wambuti's Deo, JC CAA DCAT. Okay, now on the table is number 141, Grand Champion Silver Dark Moon's Project Mayhem, bred by Veronica Predale and John Predale, sired by Grand Champion Eldorado Nakawaba Night and Day, out of Grand Champion Dark Moon's Tilt-A-Whirl, owned by Veronica and John Predale in Bangor, Pennsylvania. This dog was the winner of the Judge's Choice of Top 20 last night. Handled by Tracy Zeitz, I believe, but today handled by Veronica. Again, this is Grand Champion Silver, Dark Moon's Project Mayhem. Okay, next up is number 143, Grand Champion Pandora's Busy Being Fabulous at Deja. Bred by Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, Alexis Tilton, Chris Hogan, and Leanna Frazier. Sired by Champion Classics Jean-Louis. Out of Grand Champion Pandora's Pretty Little Liar at Deja. Owned by Leanna Frazier, Michelle Hogan, Melissa Clark, A. Tilton, C. Hogan, and K. Smith. Out of Clinton Township, Michigan. Next on the table is number 145, Grand Champion Bronze, Relic and Kalahani's Purple Haze, CA B-Cat, bred by Diana Sanders, Mark Sanders, Kathy Britton Sanchez, and Avery McLeod. Sired by Grand Champion Silver, Eldorado and Aquaba Dream Lover, out of Grand Champion Alfheim Connie's Shiny Happy People. Owned by Diana Sanders and Lauren Sanders in Spring, Texas. Handled by the 16-year-old Lauren Sanders, who was our best junior handler yesterday. Lovely to see the new young people coming on. Lauren's been assisting Sierra Castle handle a string of dogs that's been dizzying this weekend. Doing a great job. And Lauren handled Winner's Bitch for Pat Sambura, who wasn't able to join us this year. So here goes Lauren with Jimmy, Grand Champion Bronze, Relic and Kalahani's Purple Haze, CA B-Cat. Alrighty, next on the table is Grand Champion Marjani in Classic Style, bred by Sue Kite, Nina Jones, and Jeff Gillespie and Barry Jones. Sired by Champion Marjani, Style is Forever, out of Champion Classics Mary Jones. Owner handled by Julie Hartigan of Hillsboro, Virginia. Sire of this dog, I believe, was Best of Breed from the classes at our last specialty held in Pennsylvania when it was judged by Michael Work. Hope y'all don't mind a little bit of color commentating here when I have a few moments and a few extra times to plug something in for context. Okay, and here goes Julie Hartigan, our Vice President of BCOA, with Grand Champion Marjani in Classic Style. Now, I do have an update on that YouTube channel, you guys, so I'll repeat this a few times, but take some notes. You can go to youtube.com and search for Sherry Bushla, SherryBuchla. She has a channel there, and all of the videos are going to be there, all the different breeds that they are recording this weekend, or this cluster. So here we have on the table is Champion Bushwhacker Fortune Teller, bred by Chris Frost, sired by Grand Champion Bushwhacker Mercury Rising SC out of Champion Bushwhacker Cherry Bomb, owned by Chris Frost in Ontario, Canada. Again, this is number 149, Champion Bushwhack Fortune Teller. I remember this Bushwhacker Cherry Bomb bitch. I saw her as a puppy. She was so pretty, and I think she got exported to Europe somewhere. There we go. Chris has had a lovely string of dogs here this week. Seems like a week. It's just been a few days. We've been in a cluster of shows that have the Basenji National in the heart of several other shows in a beautiful center here. It's a really lovely venue. But it's there's so many other dogs around us of different breeds that feels different. But then everything feels different in the pandemic. Here we go, number 129, Champion Dagoba's Unstoppable Momentum, bred by Kim Brown, sired by Grand Champion Platinum Relics Big Bang Theory of Dagoba out of Champion Aquaba and Eldorado Queen of Hearts. Owner handled by Kim Brown, breeder owner handled by Kim Brown. Sire of this dog, Big Bang Theory of Dagoba, Basenji, was best of breed at our national a few years back in Purina Farms when judged by Laura Pond of Proudlawn Basenjis. Okay, and this is the last, so this is a son of Basenji. Champion Dagoba's Unstoppable Momentum. Okay, so that is the section. And let's see what Mr. Canalizo is going to do. They're all having another lineup. Let's see what he thinks for today. Okay, this is Champion Classics, Dasara Dress for Success, number 131, who has made the cut. Next one to move is number 133, Grand Champion Bronze, Dual Champion Barassus, 51's Comeback Kid, SCCAA BCAT. And now number 137, Grand Champion Bronze, Zamarati's Doc Holiday, SC DCAT RATO. And now number 139, Champion Wambuti's Deo JCCAA DCAT. And number 141, Grand Champion Silver, Champion Dark Moon's Project Mayhem. And now number 143, Grand Champion Pandora's Busy Being Fabulous at DISA. And number 145, Grand Champion Bronze, Champion Relic and Kalahani's Purple Haze, CA BCAT. And Grand Champion Marjani in Classic Style, number 147. And number 149, Champion Bushwhacker Fortune Teller. And number 129, Champion Dagoba's Unstoppable Momentum. Okay, it looks like he has made a cut of 3 in this class. He's taking one last look at the others. So far, the ones in this cut are number 131, Champion Classics and Desara's Dress for Success. Number 137, Grand Champion Bronze, Zamorati's Doc Holiday, SC, DCAT RATO. Number 141, Grand Champion Silver, Dark Moon's Project Mayhem. And number 147, Grand Champion Marjani in Classic Style. And he's decided here to pick up number 129, Champion Dagaba's Unstoppable Momentum with Kim Brown. So that's our cut. Number 129, number 131, 137, 141, and 147. And that is group 2. So again, while we have a break, let's repeat that YouTube channel. So you go to youtube.com